Hi everyone, I'm your host Keith Baxter, and welcome to Obscure Legends. If you're new here, you're in for a treat. And if you're a regular, you know the drill. Get ready to dive deep into the shadows of history. Today we're venturing into the dark forests of Connecticut, to a place where whispers of curses and madness still echo through the trees. A place where stone foundations crumble beneath the weight of centuries-old secrets. Full body chills. We're talking about Dudley Town, a ghost town with a reputation so sinister it's been called the Village of the Damned. Picture this. It's 1774, and Abigail Dudley is standing on her doorstep. In an instant, a bolt of lightning strikes her dead. But this isn't just a freak accident. It's the beginning of a terrifying series of events that will plague this tiny settlement for generations. Mysterious disappearances, unexplained madness, and phenomena so chilling it'll make your skin crawl. So lock your doors, turn on all the lights, and prepare yourself. Because once you hear the legend of Dudley Town, you might never look at abandoned places the same way again. Are you ready? Then let's dive in. The legend of Dudley Town, Connecticut's cursed ghost town. As the mist rolls through the dense forest of Northwestern Connecticut, an eerie silence blankets the crumbling stone foundations scattered among the gnarled trees. These weathered remnants are all that's left of Dudley Town, a long-abandoned settlement with a sinister reputation. Whispers of curses, madness, and unexplained phenomena have surrounded this forsaken place for generations. What dark secrets lie buried beneath the moss-covered stones of this forgotten village? Tonight we delve into the chilling legend of Dudley Town, where the line between history and horror becomes terrifyingly blurred. To understand the legend of Dudley Town, we must first journey back to 16th century England. The story begins with Edmund Dudley, a nobleman who served as a minister to King Henry VII. In 1510, Edmund was beheaded for treason, and some say this act unleashed a terrible curse upon the Dudley family line. The curse followed the Dudleys across the Atlantic when Edmund's descendants, William, Christopher, and John, emigrated to America in the mid-1600s. These brothers settled in Connecticut and eventually established the community that would come to be known as Dudley Town in the early 1740s. Located in the Litchfield Hills region, Dudley Town was situated in a remote and unforgiving landscape. The settlement was nestled in a dark hollow, surrounded by dense forests that seemed to swallow the sunlight. From its very inception, the town appeared to be marked by misfortune and isolation. As Dudley Town grew, so did the rumors of its cursed nature. The settlement never truly thrived, remaining a small cluster of homesteads rather than developing into a proper town. Crops failed mysteriously, and livestock succumbed to strange illnesses. The dense canopy of trees overhead cast the area in perpetual gloom, earning it the ominous nickname, the Dark Entry Forest. The first recorded tragedy struck in 1774, when Abiel Dudley's wife, Abigail, was struck by lightning while standing on her doorstep. This shocking incident was only the beginning of a long series of misfortunes that would plague the residents of Dudley Town. In the years that followed, the town became known for an unusually high rate of mental illness among its inhabitants. Reports of residents succumbing to fits of madness, depression, and suicidal thoughts became increasingly common. Some claimed to hear whispers in the woods or see shadowy figures flitting between the trees at dusk. One particularly chilling account tells of General Herman Swift, who lived in Dudley Town in the early 1800s. Swift allegedly descended into madness after his wife mysteriously vanished without a trace. Some versions of the story claim that Swift would wander the forest at night, calling out for his lost love until he too disappeared, never to be seen again. Another tale involves John Patrick Brophy, one of the last residents of Dudley Town. In the late 1800s, Brophy's wife died of consumption, his 2 children vanished in the forest, and his house burned down under mysterious circumstances. Driven to the brink of insanity by these tragedies, Brophy fled Dudley Town, never to return. As the 19th century progressed, more and more residents abandoned their homes, fleeing what they believed to be a cursed land. By the early 1900s, Dudley Town stood completely deserted, its stone foundations slowly being reclaimed by the surrounding forest. However, the legend of Dudley Town was far from over. In the decades that followed, the abandoned settlement began to attract curiosity seekers, paranormal investigators, and thrill seekers drawn by tales of its dark history. Many who ventured into the ruins of Dudley Town reported unsettling experiences. Some claimed to feel an overwhelming sense of dread or despair that lifted as soon as they left the area. Others described hearing disembodied whispers or seeing unexplained lights moving through the trees at night. One group of campers in the 1940s reportedly fled the site in terror after experiencing a night of unexplained phenomena, including strange noises and an oppressive feeling of being watched. They claimed that their campfire would not stay lit, repeatedly extinguishing itself despite there being no wind. In the 1970s, paranormal researchers Ed and Lorraine Warren, famous for their involvement in the Amityville horror case, investigated Dudley Town. They reported encountering various supernatural phenomena, including orbs of light, unexplained temperature drops, and a general feeling of malevolence permeating the area. The Warrens' investigation brought renewed attention to Dudley Town, leading to an influx of ghost hunters and curiosity seekers. However, this increased traffic also brought problems. Vandalism, littering, and disruptive behavior became issues, leading local authorities to take action. In 1999, the Dark Entry Forest Association, a private land trust that owns the property encompassing Dudley Town, closed the area to the public. They cited concerns about preservation and safety, as well as respect for the privacy of nearby residents. Today, the site is patrolled regularly, and trespassers face fines and potential arrest. Despite these restrictions, the legend of Dudley Town continues to captivate the imagination of many. Some speculate that the town's misfortunes were due to natural causes. Its isolated location, poor soil for farming, and the possibility of ergot poisoning from contaminated rye crops, which can cause hallucinations and mental disturbances. Others point to more supernatural explanations, citing the alleged Dudley family curse or suggesting that the land itself is somehow tainted or haunted. Some even propose that Dudley Town sits atop a convergence of ley lines or other mystical energy sources, contributing to its reputation for strange occurrences. One particularly intriguing theory suggests that the negative energy associated with Dudley Town is not confined to the settlement itself, but extends throughout the surrounding forest. This idea proposes that the entire area is a kind of paranormal hotspot, explaining why strange occurrences continue to be reported even after the town's abandonment. In recent years, some paranormal investigators have attempted to conduct research from the periphery of the restricted area using long-range recording equipment and sensors. While these efforts have produced some interesting data, including unexplained EMF readings and audio anomalies, they have yet to provide conclusive evidence of supernatural activity. The legend has also inspired numerous works of fiction, including novels, short stories, and even a few low-budget horror films. These fictional accounts often embellish the already chilling history of Dudley Town, adding elements of witchcraft, demonic possession, or government conspiracies to the mix. One persistent rumor claims that the government has taken an interest in Dudley Town due to its unusual properties. Some conspiracy theorists suggest that the site has been used for secret experiments involving everything from mind control to interdimensional portals. While these claims are unsubstantiated, they add another layer of mystery to the Dudley Town legend. Another fascinating aspect of the Dudley Town story is its impact on the surrounding communities. The nearby town of Cornwall, Connecticut, has a complex relationship with the legend. While some local businesses benefit from the occasional influx of ghost tourists, many residents are wary of Dudley Town's reputation and the unwanted attention it brings to the area. Some longtime Cornwall residents claim to have had their own strange experiences in the vicinity of Dudley Town. One elderly farmer reported seeing mysterious lights moving through his fields at night, always in the direction of the abandoned settlement. Another local spoke of inexplicable cold spots along certain stretches of road near the Dark Entry Forest, even on the hottest summer days. These modern accounts serve to keep the legend alive, even as access to the actual site remains restricted. They raise intriguing questions about the nature of haunted places and collective belief. Could the accumulated lore and expectations surrounding Dudley Town create a kind of psychic imprint on the landscape, influencing the experiences of those who visit the area? As we consider the long and twisted history of Dudley Town, it's important to approach the legend with a critical eye. Many of the most sensational claims about the site lack historical documentation, and some details have likely been embellished or fabricated over the years. However, the persistence of the legend and the volume of reported experiences associated with the area remain intriguing. The story of Dudley Town serves as a chilling reminder of how history, tragedy, and the unknown can intertwine to create a powerful legend. Whether one believes in curses, ghosts, or simply the power of suggestion, there's no denying the eerie atmosphere that surrounds this abandoned settlement. As we conclude our exploration of Dudley Town's dark history, we're left with more questions than answers. What really happened to the residents of this ill-fated town? Is there any truth to the tales of curses and supernatural phenomena? Or is Dudley Town simply a victim of its own isolated location and the human tendency to create narratives around tragedy and abandonment? Perhaps the true power of the Dudley Town legend lies not in any supernatural explanation, but in its ability to tap into our deepest fears and fascinations. It reminds us of the thin line between civilization and wilderness, sanity and madness, the known and the unknown. As the mists continue to swirl through the dark entry forest, obscuring the crumbling remnants of a long-lost settlement, we're left to wonder, what secrets does Dudley Town still hold? And if given the chance, would you dare to uncover them? If you've enjoyed this chilling journey into the legend of Dudley Town, please like this video and subscribe to our channel for more explorations of lesser-known urban legends in mysterious places. Don't forget to leave a comment sharing your thoughts on the Dudley Town curse. Do you think there's any truth to the legends, or is it all just a product of overactive imaginations? Your engagement helps us continue to bring you fascinating stories from the shadows of history. Until next time, remember to keep an open mind, but maybe don't venture into any abandoned towns after dark.